Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. We're in chapter 5 of Toka, and there's only 6 chapters for his route total, so it's going to be a very short route for him. Just to, I guess, kind of put everything up until now into perspective. It starts off where all the other routes have, where she's looking up choices to figure out where she wants to go. Each character has intervened in their own way. Toka gave her a stack of papers to look through of like what the top 100 things that she'd be good at. And he's already confessed his romantic feelings to her, so she knows that much at least. And he's pretty much infatuated with her as a god and as a person as well. That's kind of the gist of what I got anyway. So, without going through everything leading towards Toka, that's pretty much what you get out of since it's been over a month, I think, since Yukimaru's route, since the common route was played. Anyway, as I was carefully going through Toka's list, the morning sun began to light up my room. Did you stay up all night? Oh wait, it's already morning. That's it. At the clock, it was nearly 6 a.m. But I was able to check everything, so that's a relief. I'm really tired though. Taking a sip of the now refrigerated tea I brewed who knows how many times, I sighed. Speaking of tea, I was debating if I wanted to go get a glass of tea before this, but by the time I get to drink it, it's usually watered down because I fill it completely full of ice and then I pour tea into it because I like to eat the ice, so I want the ice to last. But then I get caught up in recording and I just don't drink it until like 30, 40 minutes later when the episode's almost done. Anyway, I thought I heard the door opening softly and turned around to see who it was. There I found Toka peeking in through the crack. Did you want to open without knocking? Toka, good morning.
おはようございます。
What's wrong with you? Looking apologetic, Toka gently entered my room.
僕、ごめんなさい。徹夜させるつもりはなくて。昨日は気持ちが高揚しすぎていて、あなたに押し付けてしまったです。ごめんなさい。
He seemed so different from the day before. His shoulders slumped and I smiled. You have nothing to apologize for, Toka. I could tell just by looking through it how much thought you put into that list. It made me happy. I wasn't just saying that to make him feel better, I truly meant it. It included detailed observations about my personality and abilities. Some even I wasn't aware I had. I was truly impressed.
優しい。やっぱり大好きです。
You're the kind one, Toka. Can't believe he said I love so casually again. I couldn't help but feel flustered as he confessed his feelings for me.
それで、リストの中にこれっていうものはあったですか？
Well...
少しでも興味があるものがあったなら、それについて詳しく調べるです。だから教えてください。
Honestly, I hadn't found anything. But after all the work he put in, is it really okay to tell him that? We're gonna hint at it is the answer, but we're gonna be upfront first. I'm sorry, you put so much effort into this list, but nothing really stood out. As I apologized, I started to feel depressed. I know you put so much time and effort into this, you listed all of my good traits to find something that fits, and yet I still can't find what I want to do. Anxiety swarmed inside of me. Thinking about my mom, my older sister, and the stories I've heard about my dad as well, I envied their passion for their work. Why can't I feel the same? I wanted nothing more than to find a way to be happy just like everyone else. And I felt a tap on my shoulder.
もっと心をワクワクさせるです。これから何を見つけられるんだろうって冒険してるみたいで楽しくないですか？
Yeah, but I don't feel like that at all.
僕は楽しみなのですよ。あなたの冒険が。しかも今は隣で一緒に冒険を楽しめてるんだから。
Yeah, I guess you're right. An adventure, huh? Yeah, that might work.
とりあえず、今はいい方向に風が吹いているです。
Okay, let's go back up. Okay, I'm gonna hint at it. You listed various schools based on my trades, which I found really educational. I was able to take a good look at myself. I feel like this will really be useful in the future.
あなたは本当に優しいな。僕が傷つかないようにしてくれて。
Seeing him smile like that, I could tell that he was able to see how I felt.
でも、僕があなたのことで傷つくとしたら、自分のことでじゃないです。あなたの身に何か起きて、あなたが傷つくことがあったとき、僕も同じように傷つくです。
What do you mean by that?
僕にもわからないんです。深く愛しすぎて。
His actions or words alone told me how much he cared about me, but it feels different than romantic love. The Toka felt for me was too profound to be put into simple words. I could feel it. It made my heart flutter. I wasn't embarrassed or shy, just perplexed, and I felt my pulse quicken.
とりあえず、今はいい方向に風が吹いているです。その風に乗って、もっと高く、あなたは舞い上がる。すっごく楽しみです。
His encouragement made me feel like I really did have a bright future waiting for me, which in turn lifted my spirits. Just then the door slammed open as someone else came strolling in.
主様、主様、起きるのだ。直ちに起きるのだ。
There's another person who just barges in without knocking. It took his unimpressed.
もう起きてるですよ。何ですか？朝から騒々しいです。
名案が浮かんでな。今日も休みなのであろう。我と共に出かけよう。
Because of him, I had to turn down the sound of my headphones. Go where?
いろんなものを見にじゃ。主様がどんなものに心惹かれるか、我が気で探ろうと思っての。
ああ、それはいいかもです。ゆきまろさんならではですね。
You know, I've been wondering for a while now. Yukimaro, you can read auras. Toka, you can give people burdens. Each of you have unique powers.
能力的なところで言うと、あやかしや神は関係なく、個々で違うです。
そうじゃの。小春は小春でこっくりさんで質問されたことへの答えがわかるようでの。
大まかにしかわからねえよ。全く見えねえもんもあるしな。
Kohara stated as he walked through the door. With everyone here so early in the morning, it sure is lively. I know, 6 a.m.
それで、主様、何時に出かけようかな。
I swear, if Yukimaro were to come wake me up at 6 a.m., I would throw something at him. When did I agree to going out? Although I appreciated Yukimaro's idea, I wanted to go along with it. I'm sorry, but I'd like to get a little rest this morning.
お前、寝てないのか？
僕が彼女を寝かさなかったです。
You know, taken out of context, I understood what Toka meant, but Yukimaro and Kohara seemed to get the wrong idea and their eyes grew wide with surprise.
まさか、そんな、いつの間にそのような関係に？
See, taken out of context. No, it's not like that. What he meant was...
おいおい、神と人間でも男女関係は成立すんのかよ。
What do you mean? Oh, can? I'm like, I thought he said how. I'm like, how? As long as you could touch each other, you can have that kind of relationship, right? He's asking if it's possible.
男女？
Of course, he's oblivious. Stop, everyone, you're all mistaken. Toka merely blinked with confusion. He's so naive. I'm sure he's not that naive, but whatever. He had no idea how suggestive his comments were. We're not there yet. Huh? Yet. No, before I can think about that, first I need to clear things up with Yukimaru and Koharu. We're not there yet. She admitted it. She liked him. While Misa was getting ready, I decided to watch TV and thought about our earlier misunderstanding. Sure, I had phrased it suggestively on accident, but to see her deny it so vehemently, I say that, it was my fault Yukimaru and Koharu misunderstood. Yet, as she frantically clarified that we were not in that kind of a relationship, it made me wonder. I wasn't exactly seeking her love, yet a part of me wanted it. Initially, I was content just admiring her, but perhaps my feelings are changing.
殿田丸が放送される頃合いだな。
Yukimaru had slid up to me unnoticed.
今日は殿田丸が大人の姿となって敵の武将と戦う回であるな。楽しみじゃ。
大人の姿。
Perhaps if I regained that form, would she notice me? I mean, if she is denying it that much, she obviously notices you as the opposite gender, right? I mean, so you don't need to look older or younger. Whatever. Gazing at my small hands, I sighed. I was proud of this form. I wore it as a badge of honor. Yeah, he said he chose this form because he wanted to. That feeling hadn't changed. Yet my feelings for her have grown to a point where I yearn to be in my adult form again. You know, if we get an adult form of Toka, I might be slightly more interested. I think a part of me is not really interested in their relationship because he looks like a child. He kind of acts like a child too, but I mean, Yukimaru acts like a child, but he looks older. So that kind of puts off him being childish. But Toka, he looks like a kid brother to me. Love was indeed terrifying. It unsettled and bewildered the heart.
何をため息をついておる？殿田丸が始まるぞ。
雪丸さんって幸せそうでいいですね。
我が幸福なのは人々のおかげである。さしずめこの家の者は幸福なのだろうな。
He says that as Toka clearly stated that he wasn't.
そうなんですか？
人間の幸福こそ我を心地よくさせる。であるからそういうことになるであろう。主様も以前とは変わったからの。我のそばにいる者たちが不幸であるとムズムズするのだ。なんとかせねばとな。今はそうではない。心が明るいのだ。
Honestly, I had felt the same way about my relationship with Misa. Exactly the same.
我は人々の幸福のためならどんなことでもしたいのだ。座敷わらしとして己自身のためにな。
つまり雪丸さんは自分が心地よさを感じるためにそうしていると？
おかしなことを聞く。我は神を辞めた時点で己のためにしか存在しておらん。
そうですか。
To live for my own sake. Feeling oddly uplifted after our chat, I enjoyed watching Toto tomorrow with Yukimaru. You're gonna be a selfish god now? Live for yourself? After getting ready, I headed downstairs to the living room for breakfast.
あら、もう少し休んでいなくていいの？
I woke up early. Telling her I pulled an all-nighter might worry her, so I avoided mentioning it. She flashed me a worried smile.
あまり寝ていないんじゃない？進路について調べていて。
Huh? How did you know? Mom just gave me a sad smile as she served me with a steaming bowl of rice. There's that look again. Then I felt a small hand on my shoulder. Toka was standing by my side.
母上の思いを深読みしないで。
Toka?
勝手だとは分かっていましたが、天井から父上の魂を呼びました。母上の夢枕に立ってもらうために。
So it's your fault she had that dream. I stared at Toka amazed. Heaven? Wait, what did you do? Seeing my puzzled face, Toka began to explain.
父上の中にある本当の思いを母上に話すよう僕が頼んだです。
Like she was talking to her mom and now she's staring off to the side while she listens to a ghost explain things to her. Well, not a ghost, but someone invisible.
父上は快く応じてくれて、数日前、母上のもとへ降りてきてくれました。そこで語りかけてくれたんです。妻に正気に戻ってほしい。娘には自由にのびのびと育ってほしい。父上からそんな思いが感じられました。
He gazed into the distance as he spoke, then gave me a reassuring smile.
母上はそれをまっすぐに受け止めました。今は本心からあなたが自分の道を進むよう願っています。あなたは父上にも母上にもとっても愛されています。それを認めて自分の道を行くのです。
Embrace it. I never questioned their love for me. It was just hard for me to fully embrace it. My insecurities and anxiety had kept me from doing so. I smiled back at Toka, then turned to my mom. I'm ready to talk again now. I'm still figuring out my future plans, but I'll definitely find my dream. Then her sad smile turned genuine.
それならよかったわ。全力で応援するからね。
Perhaps I too had been to blame for not sharing my feelings with my mom. Seeing my mom's face light up, I felt a kind warmth spread through my chest. But maybe it wasn't just me. Maybe it was because Toka had allowed my father to visit my mother that this moment was possible.
あ、はやーってあれミサ、休みなのに早起きじゃん。
Tsubasa is way too much of a morning person. Yeah, I think I'll take a little nap now.
そうね。休んだ方がいいわ。頑張ったんだからゆっくりしなさい。
これから寝るってどういうこと？
Yeah, the thing is, after explaining, I enjoyed a hearty breakfast, then headed back to my room for some rest. Phew. After getting back to my room and changing into more comfy clothes, I found myself sitting on my bed. It feels odd to sleep in the middle of the day, but I really need to get some sleep. Still, Yukimaru's offer had got me curious. He mentioned exploring things that piqued my interest. I wonder where he plans to take me. Using my aura to read what I'm interested in seems pretty smart. Previously, I was set on finding things by myself, not wanting to rely on anyone's help. But now I feel like I can rely on them. Speaking of which, I really should do something to thank them. Then I heard a knock echo in my door, in my room. Come in. They actually knocked this time. The door opened and to my surprise, Toka and Koharu entered together.
やっぱりまだ寝てなかったか。
Well, it's your fault for coming in, she was going to. As he walked in, he handed me a mug. As I took it, I smelled the familiar, pleasant aroma. Chamomile? My mom always makes this for me. How did you know, Koharu?
こいつが教えてくれたんだよ。
勝手に拝借して小春さんに入れてもらったです。それを飲むとあなたの心が落ち着くかなって。
Toka. He was always looking out for me, always noticing the small things.
今はゆっくり眠るです。睡眠不足では頭が回らないから。
He wore a gentle grin on his face and I found myself smiling back. Thank you both so much.
またリストを用意しておくですね。
I'll make another list. Sure, thank you. Then Koharu approached my desk, beginning to look over the list Toka made for me yesterday.
これを用意するのは骨が折れただろうな。
ミサさんのためならなんてことないです。
Toka spoke proudly, chest puffed out, but Kohara seemed rather glum.
こりゃ見る方も大変だな。もっと単純に考えてみたらどうだ。
Both Toka and I tilted our heads, puzzled by Kohara's suggestion.
トーカならわかるんじゃねえか。こいつが昔から変わらず好きなもんとか。興味が湧きそうなもんじゃなくて、もともと興味があったことをあげた方がピンとくるかもしれねえ。
昔から。そっか。ありがとうございます、小春さん。僕、分かった気がします。後で時間くれませんか？
あ？俺の時間をか？こいつじゃなくて？
As Toka nodded earnestly several times, Kohara just shrugged and left the room. Toka stayed behind and smiled. Toka, what are you planning to do?
それは起きてからのお楽しみです。さ、それを飲んだら休むです。
I wonder what could it be? Just what is he planning? I was incredibly curious.
気になるみたいですね。それじゃあ、お茶を飲み終えるまで昔話をしましょうか。
Oh, is it story time with Kohara now? Kohara? It's a story time with Toka now. A story from the past? You mean from when I was little? Mom used to tell me stories like that all the time.
あなたの思うような昔話じゃないです。これは僕の昔話ですから。
Saying that, Toka pulled a chair over from my desk and sat down facing me. Though he looked me in the eyes, it seemed like he was gazing somewhere beyond. His expression was distant.
これは僕があなたに心を奪われたお話です。
Oh. I know he doesn't mean that in a romantic way because he says that his feelings are like just now changing to that. So when she captivated you, I guess, when she became your favorite. This happened 13 years ago, around the time you were 4 years old. Back then, as a Tengu, I focused on wishing for people's personal growth and presenting them with challenges. My days were spent not so differently from now, however, my heart was in a different place.
他の神のように人々に信仰されたいものだ。
He sounds much older. Mortals didn't know anything about me. Yet when I observed those I had brought troubles to, I would often hear them complain. This sucks. Why me? Why do I have to go through this? Darn you, God. Maybe gods aren't even real. How can they let such horrible things happen? I just want to die already. God, please have mercy on me. I grew tired of hearing curses towards me, of being demeaned. I give people burdens to heighten their humanity, so why do they curse me? How regrettable. Why must humans be this way? Looking back, I realized how arrogant I was back then.
いっそ神などやめて、あやかしとなって面白おかしく過ごすのもありだな。
But that wasn't a stance I was allowed to take. Within the Tengu clan, I held a significant rank. Though there were many other Tengu, I had set an example with my behavior for others to follow.
ま、皆は嘆くだろうが、神を降ろされてもいいかもしれない。
As I wallowed in despair, an encounter with a certain young girl shifted my view.
どれ、次は4歳の少女か。特徴は泣き虫。ん？
I was taken aback as I reviewed her information. Misfortune was classified into 4 ranks: minor, medium, major, and max, yet despite being only 4 years old, she was to be given a major issue. Oh.
どうして子供にこのような教示を？ひとまず少女の様子を見に行くか。
I observed my target for several days, pondering what kind of ill fate would suit her, but what I saw left me shocked. Without any intervention from me, she was attracting burdens all on her own.
はあ、なるほどな。自らが吸い寄せる教示にくじけないためにも、
害を与えて強い人間に成長させるのか。
I sympathize with this child's unique situation, yet I found observing her quite fascinating. Normally, after a few days of observation, I'd bestow a single disaster tailored to the individual and watch their reaction. But for her, I piled on burden after burden. And yet, no matter what challenge I gave her, she overcame it with positivity. Watching her was joy. That little girl is... Even though the story wasn't finished, I couldn't sit still any longer and interrupted Toka.
そうです。あなたです。ミサさん。
I figured it had to be. Ever since I met Toka, no, even before that, I somehow knew I was a magnet for bad luck. When he talked about a girl who attracted burdens of her own, I knew it had to be me. Plus, he hinted at the start that this was my story. Sorry for interrupting, please continue. I leaned in, eager to hear more. Despite trying to recall my early years, I couldn't remember ever meeting Toka. I wonder if we ever crossed paths. Toka seemed entertained by my curiosity, letting out a chuckle before going on.
ここからは僕が何度か矜持を与えてからの話になります。あの日は何度もあなたを転ばせていました。
When you say you tripped me, you mean literally, right?
うん、そうです。前から転ばせてみたり、後ろから尻餅をつかせたり。
Doesn't sound very nice. Gosh, I've had so many of those days, hard to know which one he's referring to.
そんな姿を見てか、あなたの姉上はあなたを神社まで引っ張っていったんです。
これでよしと。今神様に言ってやったから、これであんたは大丈夫だよ。
I'll be okay. Why did you tell the gods, though?
ミサのことあんまりいじめるなって言ったの。だってあんた今日何度も転んでるでしょ。何もないところで5回も。それでなくてもいつもあんたには悪いことが起きるから、これはもう神様のせいだなって思ってさ。
Thanks for defending me, so it was all the gods doing, huh? During this, my heart began to sink. Though it was indeed my doing, it was all for your personal growth.
どうしたって、天狗の神は人間から疎まれるのだな。
I muttered these words as I watched you too. But, you know, I'm okay. I mean, I don't cry anymore. Honestly, the gods' trick don't even bother me anymore.
確かに。あんた前よりベソ書かなくなったよね。
Right? Hey, then maybe we should be saying thanks to the gods.
どうしてそうなるんだよ。
Because I got stronger. That was a first. Someone recognized my intention. Not only that, they thanked me for it. I mused that perhaps there were humans who understood us after all. My heart swelled with emotion.
もう少し続けてみてもいいのかもしれない。
That moment changed everything for me.
それからも僕は仕事でへこむことがあるとあなたのところへ行って元気をもらって、あなたは僕の心の拠り所だった。そしていつしか気持ちが変化して特別な人になった。
Toka turned his gaze toward me. Those warm eyes seemed to look at me with deep affection. A sparkle flickered behind them and made my heart skip a beat.
だからミサさん、僕はあなたが大好きなんですよ。愛おしくてたまらない。
Feeling the weight of his emotions, I realized I couldn't respond half-heartedly. His hand was smaller than mine, but when his fingers brushed my cheek, my heart raced. He was younger than me, or at least appeared that way, but my feelings remained unchanged. It's touch his hand, but we're gonna look away first. Unable to respond, I looked down, avoiding his gaze. His hand withdrew from my face, followed by a soft chuckle.
困らせるつもりはなかったです。ごめんなさい。
Toka, honestly, you have nothing to apologize for. It's just that I...
あなたに気持ちを伝えられて、それだけで僕は恵まれています。あの神主さんに感謝です。
Saying that, Toka stood up from his chair, creating a bit of distance between us.
あなたは人間ですから、この世界で愛する人と出会い、結ばれてほしい。
I'm wondering if, since the music changed, if I can go up or not. I want to go up, but if it doesn't meet up, I will return. Okay, we're going to touch his hand. I gently placed my hand over his on my cheek, and I saw Toka's eyes flicker with emotion. I'm struggling to find the right words. I wanted to be honest with him, but upon hearing that, Toka chuckled.
聞いてくれただけで十分です。ありがとうございます。拒否されると思っていたから、むしろ嬉しくて。
That's not... Maybe it was my lack of confidence, but I could tell my heart was wavering. But I still don't know. My feelings were only just starting to crystallize, so I couldn't offer him anything definitive.
あなたに気持ちを伝えられて、それだけで僕は恵まれています。あの神主さんに感謝です。
Saying that, Toka stood up from his chair, creating a bit of distance between us.
あなたは人間ですから、この世界で愛する人と出会い、結ばれてほしい。僕はあなたが他のものを愛しても変わらず思っています。
Toka,
最初から分かっていたことですから、結ばれたいとは思っていないんです。あなたと過ごせている今のひとときが、僕の心を永遠に温める。
if that's truly how he feels, then why does his smile look so sad? Unable to muster the courage to ask, I silently watched him exit my room. Clutching my mug, I gazed out the window. He's thankful for the priest, huh? I feel the same. Since discovering Toka's existence and having the chance to meet him, I felt deeply grateful. I wonder how much longer I'll be able to see him. If only I could always see him, but if a time comes when I can't. Sorrow gripped my heart, sparking a wave of panic within me. I don't want to say goodbye to him. Oh, are these going to be short chapters? Okay, we got a Toka perspective. Okay. As soon as I said that, I'm like, no, wait. Toka perspective first. After leaving Misa's room, so not as to disturb her rest, perhaps sharing so much with her was a mistake. Once it began, my emotions simply took over, leading me to reveal everything to her. I had kept all of that inside for so long. Yet Misa seemed troubled by it. Her expression brought me back to reality. Regaining my composure, I suppressed my feelings as though snapping out of a dream.
彼女が幸せなら、それでいい。
Now, time to find Koharu. I've got lots of prep work to do for Misa. This could be the moment she finds her true career path. I've got to do my best. I wasn't going to say no to a 35-minute video, but it looks like we'll probably be sticking to the usual hour. After waking up from my nap, I felt surprisingly restless. Aw man, I wanted to wake up in the early afternoon. I wanted to go out with Yukimaru as he suggested, but my sleep got in the way of my plans. With my shoulders slumped, I made my way down to the living room only to find Koharu and Toka in the kitchen. What are you two up to?
わあ、起きちゃったですか？
You were cut.
まあ大丈夫だろう。この完成度でも申し分ない。
Good enough? Curious, I tried to peek into the kitchen, but Toka quickly came over to block my view. Are you baking cookies?
ソファーの方で待ってるです。座っててくださいです。
Alright, I'll wait. Actually, if they were making cookies, she probably would have smelt it. They're making something, right? So whatever it is, you should smell it. I took a seat on the sofa. Before I knew it, Toka rushed over to me.
お待たせしたです。
Just then, he placed a delicious-looking parfait in front of me. It looked just like the ones I ordered from my favorite cafe. Okay, I guess you wouldn't smell a parfait, so... Huh? How? Did you make this?
トーカが作りたいって言い出してな。お前の大好きなものなんだろ。
Yes, I loved them ever since I was a little kid. I still go to my favorite cafe to eat them.
その喫茶店にも行ったんだぞ。パフェを食いながら材料とか作り方を予想して帰ってきてからはトーカと実際に作って。
So that's why it looked so similar to the cafe's parfait. I can't believe they visited the cafe to recreate this for me.
料理といえば小春さんなので付き合ってもらっちゃいました。
But why all of a sudden?
あなたが幼い頃から大好きなものといえばあの喫茶店のパフェだって思って。
Toka sat next to me and offered me a spoon.
とにかく食べてみてください。
I nodded and accepted the spoon, gently scooping up some of the cream from the top. Reminds me of when Yukimaru ate a parfait. Toka, Kahara, thank you both so much. I took a bite from the whipped cream and let the delicious sweet flavor envelop me. Mmm, delicious. It was a little different from the cafes, but it was still incredibly delicious. Not to mention, I could tell how much effort they had put into making it.
ゆきまろさん、どうですか？
Yukimaru? Huh? I know, right? Yukimaru had been convertedly watching from the kitchen, peeked out.
今の主様からはとても良い気を読み取れたぞ。
He's spying on her aura. You were watching too, Yukimaru.
ここで余り物のクリームを舐めつつ主様の様子を見張っていたのだ。
Leftover whipped cream.
ミサさん、甘いものに関係することで進路を考えてみるのはどうです？
A career involving sweets.
あのような気を放っておったのだ。興味がないわけではあるまい。
It's true that I love sweets, and it does sound quite interesting, but...
甘いもんって言ったらパティシエとかになるのか？
A pastry chef, me? Sweets have always been such a big part of my life. I guess I never really thought about a career with them, though.
それは僕も同じです。昼間、小春さんに言われた言葉に気づかされるものがありました。
昔から好きなものってやつか。トーカならわかるんじゃねえか。こいつが昔から変わらず好きなもんとか。興味が湧きそうなもんじゃなくて、もともと興味があったことをあげた方がピンとくるかもしれねえ。
Oh, that? Hearing that, Toka immediately thought of a parfait.
あなたをずっとそばで見てきたのに、当たり前すぎて盲点でした。思い出深いものなのに。幸せな時も辛い時も、あなたはあの喫茶店に行ってパフェを頼んでは心を癒していましたよね。
That's true. Sometimes I go with family or friends, and other times alone just to clear my head. Even on that day, the day before I met Toka, Yukimaru, and Koharu, I went there hoping to escape from the worries about my future. It became so routine, it was nothing more than a habit. I'd forgotten how much I truly loved it.
それに思い出したんです。ほら、いつかさやかさんにクッキーを作ったことがあったでしょ？
Yes, I remember that. That was my first attempt at making anything.
そう、それです。何度失敗してもあなたはめげずに美味しいクッキーを完成させたです。あの時のあなたはとても熱中していて、また作ってみたいと母上に話していたじゃないですか。
I did, didn't I? Back then, my mom was so curious about me working hard in school, I never tried again. Maybe I'll try baking them again. Baking sweets, I have always been interested in giving that a try. Tomorrow at school, I'll look into courses related to being a pastry chef. It's odd, before I didn't even have a target in mind. I was just aimlessly browsing potential careers. Now I can't wait to start looking. It's amazing how my perspective has shifted. I shared a grateful smile with them. Thank you all so much. I'm so excited for what's ahead. Thank you for helping me realize this.
感謝ならトーカに言うんだな。全部こいつが提案したことだ。
So, is Yukimura's job done? Kohara's gonna haunt you and be over. And how long does Toka have left?
トーカ殿が計画したこと。我々は少々助力しただけに過ぎぬ。
僕だけじゃできなかった。ってゆきまるさん、パフェに手を出さないでくださいです。それは彼女に作ったんですから。
I know, Yukimura is so rude. Damn.
もう主様は気づけたのだから、これは用なしであろう。ずっと食べたくて仕方なかったのだ。
You have no manners.
たく、余った材料で適当に作ってやるから、それに手をつけるんじゃねえよ。
Kohara prepared portions for everyone, and we savored the parfaits together. There was nothing better than sharing some sweets with the people you cared about. I was filled with joy as I looked around and at their smiles and remembered how I felt as a child. My heart was full. That night, I chose to talk things over with my mom right away. She listened intently and seemed to take my thoughts very seriously. I could feel my excitement building, though I still hadn't made a formal decision. I felt I was moving in the right direction. The next day, I was so excited I arrived at school even earlier than usual. Oh, I never realized the requirements for becoming a pastry chef would be like this. I looked through a number of pamphlets and began to envision my future.
いい学校見つかったです。
Again with the question marks. Ah, Toka.
し図書室では静かにです。それに今のあなたは一人きりなんですよ。
It's your fault for popping out of nowhere. I guess I can whisper, though there aren't any other students nearby. Though the librarian was at her desk, she seemed preoccupied, so I doubted I'd be reprimanded for whispering.
いえ、僕のことは気にせずに続けてくださいです。
How can I do that when you're standing right there? I continued to look through the papers. Oh, this school offers a work-study program. I didn't even know that was an option. Now that I think about it, the cafe owner once mentioned a part-time job opportunity for me. It would be fun to work there. Don't mind me. He just like giggles randomly. Huh? What's up?
ごめんなさい。あなたが楽しそうだから嬉しくてつい。こうなってくれて本当に良かったです。あなたが幸せそうだと僕も幸せ。
Since he was the one who'd been so concerned about my future and put so much effort into helping me, it made sense he'd be happy. I think Toka is the only person outside of my family that cares as much about me. Then, just as I was about to thank him...
おはよう。あなたも図書室にいるなんて驚いたよ。何を調べてたの？
Morning, Saga. I've been thinking about my career path and I have come here to do some research. I glanced over to where Toka was. Gone. But it seemed he had vanished to give me some privacy. I wish he would have stuck around. Even just a little longer.
へえ、パティシエか。あなた甘いもの大好きだもんね。いつか作ってくれたクッキーもとっても美味しかったし、向いてると思う。
I messed up so many times baking those cookies. I'll need to get to a point where I don't mess up so much when baking them. Hey, would you mind testing out some cookies for me the next time I make them?
するする、すっごく楽しみ。今日、明日、明後日。
Calm down. Look how excited she is. I'll have to do my best not to let her down. Oh, I should bake some for the others too. I wanted to thank them somehow. It wasn't much, but it'd be nice to bake something for all three of them. The sooner the better. It'd be nice to surprise them. Hey, Sayaka, are you free today?
うん、大丈夫だけど、
Are you
どう
gonna
したの？
Are you gonna finally tell her about your ghost friends? Because that would be fun. I want to borrow your kitchen. I want to try baking something. Oh. After school, I used Sayaka's kitchen. She observed as I tried baking cookies for the first time in ages. Thanks to all of my previous failures, this first batch of cookies came out great. Even I thought they turned out good. Sayaka loved them as well, so I happily packaged them in cute wrapping and... Dang it. I wanted her to introduce her ghost friends. Haru, this is for you, and this was for you, Yukimaru. I nervously handed over the wrapped cookies to each of them.
お前から贈り物なんてどういう風の吹き回しだ？
Biting me off. It's nothing like that. You've just been such a big help to me. I wanted to give you something to thank you.
調子のいいかしら。これはうまい。王子様、大変ビビであるぞ。
Oh my goodness. This kept going. You probably ate the whole bag right then. I'm glad to hear you think so. I'd only given him a few seconds ago. They're already gone. I knew it. He ate the whole thing.
小春、いらぬのなら我がもらうぞ。
He's blushing too.
いらねえなんて言ってないだろ。
You can't have them. They're mine.
ならば少し分けてくれんか。もう食べ終わってしまったのだ。
どんだけ食いしん坊なんだよ。お前には一つもやらねえぞ。
Not a single cookie.
なんじゃ、ケチだの。
Oh my goodness. Have either of you seen Toka? I had searched the whole house, but I couldn't find him.
いや、見てねえな。多分神として他の人間を見に行ってんだろう。
トーカ殿、きっと飛び上がるほど喜ぶだろうの。我も嬉しく思うぞ。ありがとう、主様。
He's giving her that knowing look.
ありがたくもらっておくぜ。ありがとな。
Seriously, after all that you guys have done for me, there's no need to thank me. I just hope you'll enjoy them.
こんなに嬉しい気持ちにさせられたのは座敷わらしになってから初めてなのだ。主様の座敷わらしとしての任が解かれる時が来ると思うと、寂しくなるな。
Ah, so a farewell is coming. I wanted to ask you about that. When the time comes, does that mean I won't be able to see any of you anymore?
いや、任が解かれた後もあの神主の払いの効力がある限り引き続き見えると予想しておる。
Oh, really? I just assumed I wouldn't see you guys anymore. Well, in the last year we knew that wore off.
よく思い出してみてほしい。我は主様の座敷わらしとして名乗りを上げる前から視線を合わせていただろう。
He's right. I could see Yukimaru from the moment the priest finished the exorcism.
俺はそれとは関係ねえ。お前が儀式を失敗したから俺が見えるようにしているだけだ。
You can see me because you screwed up. Oh, I see. I guess that means I'll be able to keep seeing Toka as long as the priest spell is active.
だが払いの効力は日に日に薄れてきておる。もう間もなく切れるだろうな。
Oh, so soon?
まあ我の場合主様に術をかけ座敷わらしとしての使命を全うするまでは見えるようにするが、
トーカはそうはいかないだろうな。
Because there's no condition binding us like I have with the two of you. Oharo nodded and my spirit began to sink. I had tried to prepare myself for this, but if a day really came where I couldn't see Toka, I wasn't sure what I'd do.
というか小春はどうするのだ？主様をどうたたるつもりでいる？
He has to, or his clan will get upset.
いいのが思いつかなくてな。何か術をかけるってのが手っ取り早いんだが、例えば幽霊が見える術ってのはどうだ？
Oh, we're gonna do that one in here.
おかしな術をかけてやるな。我の主様を困らせるでないぞ。
冗談だ。幽霊もそうだが、あやかしやら神やら全部が見えちまったら、今より大変だからな。そこまではしね。
Listening to their back and forth, my thoughts drifted back to Toka. I thought she was going to say, yeah, do it. After I finished my dinner and homework, 11 p.m., huh? I guess I'll wait up a little longer. I knew I needed to wake up early tomorrow, so I should head to bed, but I wanted to see Toka. As I heard Koharu and Yukimaru talk before, I realized the issue wasn't just about seeing Toka. I'd come to realize how genuinely Toka cared for me, and that was why he'd come to see me. Since I had met him at the same time as Yukimaru and Koharu, I had always grouped them together, but now Toka felt different to me. I wonder why I had forgotten. I thought back to the words he said before. Didn't the priest exorcise you? Why are you able to show up like this now?
そうなのです。僕、あなたに対して力を使えなくなっちゃって。
Yeah, and then you found out that was a lie.
でも、無力な僕でも神は神ですから。僕がそばにいることで、このあやかしたちからあなたを守ることができるです。
Toka cared about me. Being spirited away sounds terrifying, but he was doing it for my future. And yet, all I'm giving him are cookies. I still plan on offering it to him, but I knew there had to be something else I could give him. As I sat alone, lost in thought, I heard a knock at the door. Come in. Seemingly waiting for my reply, Toka quickly entered.
こんばんは。お休みのご挨拶をしようかと思って。
I'm so glad you're here. I was actually waiting for you. Toka looked slightly puzzled as I picked up the cookies from my desk. I tried my hand at baking these cookies today. I was hoping you could try them. Why do I feel so shy? I felt so different giving them to Toka compared to when I gave them to Koharu and Yukimaru.
いいんですか?
Am I sure? Yeah, I really want you to have them, but will you accept them? Hoping to eventually find a more personal way to thank him, I didn't say they were a token of my appreciation. He's crying. Toka's hands trembled as he took them, his eyes brimming with tears.
あなたからこんな贈り物をいただけるなんて。
Come on, it's really not that big of a deal.
だって初めての贈り物なんですよ。これは一大事です。もったいなくて食べられない。
But I really want you to eat it, please. He examined the wrapping, then tenderly pressed the gift to his cheek, making me blush even more. It's touchy to see him so moved, but it also makes me feel quite shy. Tomorrow, I might not even be able to see him anymore. If that's the case, you'll always be there for me, Toka. And I hadn't realized, so I'm just really glad I had the chance to meet you. Now I know that I've had someone amazing watching over me this whole time.
素敵って僕がですか?
You're going to overwhelm him with emotions. I nodded and Toka's cheek slowly turned a bright shade of pink.
そんな風に言われたら僕は
Toka began, then stopped and shook his head.
憧れの人にそんな風に思ってもらえて、それだけで胸がいっぱいです。ありがとうございます。
I think he just swallowed all of the emotions he was feeling and turned friend mode on her all of a sudden. His smile brightened, and seeing that, I felt a smile grow on my face as well. And the thought of saying goodbye to him resurfaced, making me feel sad again. If only I had met you sooner and had the chance to learn more about you. Then, I'm sorry, that's just wishful thinking, I know. Even this time, it was just a coincidence. Toga suddenly looked away and murmured to himself.
まあ、覚えてないですよね。
He said that before. So why do you like me so much? I mean, it's not like you really know me. This is the first time we've ever spoken together.
まあ、覚えてないですよね。
That's right, he muttered the exact same thing last time. Toka, this isn't the first time we've met, is it? Toka drew in a sharp breath, then gave me a troubled smile. I opened my mouth to press him further. Then the phone on my desk beeped, indicating I received a new message. Who could that be at this hour?
僕に構わず、確認してくださいです。
Moment broken. Go check your phone. That can wait, more importantly. Toka reached for my phone and handed it to me. Seeing him go that far, I felt compelled to at least read the message. Tsubasa, you might be asleep, but I wanted to text you anyway. Ow, my ear. My earphones popped. I finished the display at the shop, so come see it whenever you're free. Text her this at 11 o'clock at night. If you can make it tomorrow, that would be perfect. Hope you can come then. It was from my sister. She mentioned the display she'd been working on is finished and she wants me to check it out.
ああ、言っていたですね。その時、僕聞いていたです。
It's in every single route. She's got to go to her sister's shop. Oh, I didn't realize. It seemed that if I couldn't see him, I couldn't sense his presence either.
そっか。やっと完成したですね。きっと素敵な仕上がりなんだろうな。
He even talks about my sister as if she were a part of his own family. Oh, why don't I invite him? Hey, how about you come with me? We could take the train together after I finish school.
それは人の姿でですよね。いいんですか？僕が付き添っても。
I know your sister's going to question him like she questioned Koharu. Of course, actually, I'd really like you to join me, Toka.
わあ、嬉しいです。どうしよう。これはあれですね。デートですね。
I blushed at the mention of a date, but his excitement was contagious and caused me to laugh.
それじゃあ、あなたの学校が終わる頃、お迎えに行くです。
Actually, I feel better if we met at the station.
それは誰かに僕のことを見られると困るとか？
No, that's not it at all. I just don't want to inconvenience you.
それならよかったです。学校までお迎えに行くです。
In that case, I'll pick you up at school. Well, I guess if Sayaka sees us, she might jump to conclusions and start asking questions. That could be a bit of a hassle, but I don't mind. It'll make Toka happy after all. After finalizing our plans, Toka and I discussed where my sister's shop was located. I didn't get the chance to ask where we'd met before, but I was looking forward to going into the city with him. Chapter 6, the last chapter. How are things going to progress? I didn't get a CG. Dang it. You know, and she was presenting him with the gift, and they were talking about when he was getting all emotional before he turned friend mode on her. I thought he was just going to like kiss her all of a sudden. Like I fully expected it, or some kind of CG where he just like, I don't know, emotionally tackled her or something. She just got overwhelmed. I was expecting him. I guess he is old enough and mature enough to be able to not act on those emotions, and he just suppressed them. Because yeah, he went from crying to perfectly smiled, not stuttering, perfectly calm answer, and I'm like, he's definitely hiding it. Well, anyway, it's 11:30, and I struggled so hard to finish this. Like my eyes are hurting, and I want to edit this tonight. I also wanted to record another thing tonight, but that's not going to happen because I just can't speak anymore. I did go get some tea halfway through the video, though. My throat was getting dry, so I went to go get tea. But I don't know. I'll try to edit it and see how far I get. I forgot that tomorrow's Friday. Well, I didn't forget, but I forgot that tomorrow's the last day I can edit Battlefield Waltz before it needs to be released. So I should have recorded Battlefield Waltz now instead of this. But I forgot that about 15 minutes into this recording. I'm like, you know what? We're just going to go with it because I don't want to stop the recording and start over. And tomorrow is Friday, and we're going to be at a card store like all day from 1 until midnight because we're doing the pre-release for the Final Fantasy MTG, Magic the Gathering, and I wasn't really planning on being there all day, but my brother's going too. So we're just going to go there at 1 when they open, pick up our cards because we pre-ordered them, and then open them, play Magic there, trade, whatever, and then the tournament starts at 7, which my husband and I bought into. But I think I'm just going to let my daughter play instead because I don't want to play Magic. Like, I like Magic, but I don't like to compete, and playing with strangers intimidates me, so I don't want to do it. But my daughter's fine doing it. She just turned 17 yesterday. She's fine playing with strangers, and I think she even won a couple of games last time, the last tournament. So I think I'm just going to open up my cards and be happy. The only reason why I'm even going to this is because it's Final Fantasy, and Final Fantasy is like my all-time beloved favorite franchise. So, like, we pre-ordered pretty much everything there was to pre-order for this. So I'm very excited about opening cards tomorrow. I'm gonna make a binder of all my favorite cards, and I'm like, you're not allowed to use these in a deck. I'm just gonna put this in a binder and look at them. Anyway, so recording and editing a Battlefield Walls before Saturday could get kind of tricky. My husband goes to work in the morning, so I'm thinking I could record it in the morning, edit it at night when I get home. But then if I don't want to skip another day, like I really need to edit this video tonight, or I'm going to be missing another day. And I've already missed 3 this week. I feel like I don't think I posted Monday or Tuesday. Yeah, I posted Wednesday night. Anyway, I'm done yapping now. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like down below and or subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.